Agrarian community in the Federal Capital Territory seeks government intervention to boost food security. Ginger cultivation in southern Kaduna, challenges and prospects, plus occupational safety and health in workplace. Whose responsibility? Glad to have you join us on the Correspondents this week. We have stories that will excite, educate, and inform you as usual. I am Amina Babu Suleiman. You are welcome. Let's begin with agricultural potential in Yaba community in the Federal Capital Territory. At a time when the federal government is campaigning for diversification towards making agriculture the mainstay of the nation's economy, Yaba, a Hinter community in Abuja Area Council of the FCT, provide a perfect fit for actualizing such initiative. Ilyasu Onoto Yakubu was in the community on assignment and brings us details of the agricultural and economic potentials that abound in Yaba.
Yaba is blessed with vast arable land and water body to make agriculture thrive in plant-based produce and fishery. Coupled with this, the community is laced with over 200 kilometers of motorable road to link it with markets spread across the FCT and neighboring states to its farm produce. These opportunities residents of the community have taken advantage of in the last few years with a call for assistance to help improve production and services.
Within the government intervention, we need help, because some of us will have to use pumping machine, irrigation machines, and the other machinery input of the agriculture. There's a place that tractor will not enter. We need this power tiller machine that you hold it and it's a swampy, that one used on a swamping area. We need such machines. As all my subjects, everybody should impose a cooperative society group, so that, because without group, you can't benefit, we can't get anything from the government. As I'm talking to you, but really we are happy, because there's some groups, about 12 groups now here. They even know us at the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development. They know us, that we are farmers, both the dry season and the seasonal farmers.
The farmers would not speak to camera, and as at the time of our visit, there was no fishing expedition allowed because the fishing channels are secured reserves. However, Mohammed Suleiman, a member of Yaba Traditional Council, tells me that the viability of the community in commercial rice and maize production, fishery, and availability of market has over the years bettered the economic prospect of households in Yaba.
You see, now the new road is on progress. If not, in those days, we have road challenges. But now, we don't have much road challenges. All our product, we import it easily to the nearby market, including Yaba market. Level of fishing in this our community is very attractive, because presently in FCT, Yaba is one of the fishing festival area in FCT. We have pond being created by government, and is still on progress for the fishing festival, and it attracts people within the state and outside the state.
We can have some institution, agricultural institution, some institutions that are laid down basically on agriculture. It will really help the community a lot. And looking at this, the fishing festival that we had here again, if you go there now, you see that the place is not well organized. It's dilapidated. Some of the structures that are there are not well taken care of.
Yaba residents commends the present FCT administration for giving attention to the road networks to link them to national grid, but appeals for assistance towards addressing the farmers' herders' challenges affecting their output.
Very well then, Ilyasu. We pray for a peaceful environment in order to improve food production in the country. Thanks a lot. And we take you to Kafanchan, popularly known for the cultivation of a spicy crop that savor the culinary delights of all. Food, beverage, medicinal and confectionery industries. Well, There are many spices, no doubt, but if your thoughts are on ginger crop, then we are on the same page. Now in southern Kaduna, ginger cultivation is one of the most dominant economic activities. And to know what prospects are there in this year's cropping season is the idea behind this report by Lois Apollo.
This year's farming season has commenced in earnest, with seedlings preparation and planting going on simultaneously. The farmers know covering the new seedlings to allow for healthy growth is a long-standing tradition. In fact, out of 10 farmers in southern Kaduna, 6 are ginger farmers. Ayuba Musa, who is among the community of big-time ginger farmers, say the activity is tedious and requires a lot of patience to succeed.
Ginger farming takes a lot of toil in producing it, because it's a 1-year calendar event. Yes, you take it 12 months before you complete the process. A production that needs patience and commitment. You finally find a good number of them making it.
Many of the farmers say they have high expectations.
I've started because I think that is the right time. Yes, this is the right time, because with this now that is not up to 2 weeks that we have started see the sign of rain. So we have started.
I think ginger generally the price has gone higher than any other year. So we expect a lot of higher production this year.
It has been a source of income. Something that one needs to go into, because it's very profitable.
Findings show Kaduna State alone produced more than 724,000 metric tons of the commodity on a yearly basis. The traditional production areas include Kaura, Zonkua, Kagarko, Jama'a, Sanga, Zangon Katafkwai, among others. Ginger production remains a major source of economic activity, providing hundreds of jobs to the communities. The marketing aspect of the commodity is better this year, as a bag goes for more than 40,000 naira, with activities along the value chain ongoing. With investigations showing ginger from southern Kaduna is among the best, the farmers look forward to more attractive prices in the international market.
The product means money. So we are happy that in southern Kaduna we have the right soil. Our eyes and experiences have exposed us to the production of this crop, because we know its economic value. Power is not with anybody. Economic power. Farmers should see fellow farmers that yes, they can sit together and take decision. Okay, pool their resources together, discuss their problems together, how to produce, how to process based on the global standard, so that the quality of their product will not be abused internationally or rejected in the world market.
Interaction with farmers show to achieve bumper harvest this year, there is need for stakeholders to look at the issues of adequate supply of fertilizer, access to credit facilities, and modern farming equipment.
If government can at least help the farmers, give them seedlings, fertilizer, chemical, and the tractor, so that they can improve the ginger farming, at least it will help a lot. There's no how you can do ginger without some of these things that I mentioned.
Joining us to speak further on the economic potentials of ginger is Lois Apollo. She joins us via phone call from Kafanchan. You're welcome to the program, Lois.
Thank you.
Now tell us, Lois, how are ginger farmers faring in Kafanchan, and how lucrative is the business?
Ginger farming in Kafanchan, or to say southern Kaduna in general, has come to stay.
Okay.
In that almost 70% of farmers are now into ginger cultivation. The lucrative aspect of it, ginger is produced in large quantity here, mostly for export purposes. In fact, a bag of ginger now goes for about 43 to 45,000, meaning there is increase in price compared to previous years. So people are into ginger farming for the purpose of exporting it because it is very lucrative.
Okay, Lois, we know that farmers face various challenges such as abnormal rainfall, market glut, and middlemen interference. How are they coping with all this?
According to the farmers, ginger farming is an all-year-round activity. So knowing when to plant and harvest is very, very important. The farmers work with the climatic conditions to know when to plant and when to harvest and how to preserve them so as to avoid loss of the crop. So they know all these things, what to apply and make the crop go healthy.
Okay, as farmers who are still processing at village level, are there efforts to enable them to have direct access to international markets?
There was an effort sometimes last year through the appeals project of the federal government. And the Kaduna state government took it upon itself, and farmers were invited, and they took them through some processes of ginger farming, how to market and all that. And there was even a promise of linking them to the international market. But most of the farmers I talked to said nothing about that has been done yet. But in terms of implements and herbicides, they've been coming in trickles. So that is what they've been getting for now.
And lastly, over 95% of ginger produced in Nigeria is exported to various countries of the world as export commodity. How can Nigerian improve local consumption?
The local consumption can be improved through small-scale industries. Mostly here in southern Kaduna, we have some of them that produce ginger spices and beverages. So if they are encouraged, they can do it in large quantity to encourage consumption of the ginger here in Nigeria.
Do you think the farmer gets something from the government, like monetary help or something? What about the supply and demand of the business? What role the business is playing now?
The demand for ginger is very high. And that is why I told you in the beginning that almost 70% of the farmers are now into farming ginger, and in large quantity too. So as to satisfy the demand.
You said many farmers are we have like a lot of farmers are farming a lot of the ginger. Why is the price still high in the market?
Because of the demand.
Is it because of the demand?
Yes, because of the demand. I think they use that as something that they can get something out of it.
So
because you know the middleman activity has played a great role in this aspect. And now the farmers are aware that there is money in this business. So most of them go out there by themselves to do the business, to do the marketing. And so I asked one marketer, he said the farmers are not making it easier for them either. So now everything is just going high.
Is the business creating job opportunities among the youths?
Of course. Like now, the activity of planting is on. So almost all the ginger farms, you see youths planting, plowing, and making preparations for this year's cropping season, and they get paid daily. And if you go to the marketing aspect of it, you will see even women trying to prepare to prepare for the packaging of the ginger that will be exported or taken to other places. They work throughout the day and they also get paid.
What do we look forward to in terms of harvest?
According to a farmer I interviewed, with the kind of activity going on now, they are expecting bumper harvest.
Okay.
Because they are starting early.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Lois, for being part of the Correspondents this week. Hope to see you again
very much.
next time.
Thank you very much.
Still to come, experts suggest measures on tackling safety at workplace. Join us again.
The coronavirus, also known as COVID-19, has been declared by the World Health Organization as a global pandemic. While clinical trials are ongoing for a vaccine and a possible cure, there is no known treatment for the coronavirus. Nigeria has recorded some of these cases, and people are advised to take these preventive measures to keep themselves safe and contain the further spread of the virus. Wash your hands frequently with soap and water, or use hand sanitizers all the time. Maintain social distancing. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Practice respiratory hygiene. If you have fever, cough, and difficulty breathing, seek medical care early. Do not panic. Stop the spread of unconfirmed news. Follow the official government news outlets and report all cases immediately. This message is brought to you by the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, Africa's largest television network.
These days, people get their news and information from more media sources than ever before. Some of the news and information given are fake, unverified, doctored, and manufactured to create confusion, stir disaffection, and cause disunity. Before you believe or share any news, ask yourself, is this real? Is it from a credible source? Is it verified or verifiable? Fake news is dangerous. Whether you do it for fun or for political gains, real people can get hurt. Fake news, don't create it, don't spread it.
This is a public service announcement from NTA.
Welcome back to the Correspondents. Work-related deaths and injuries are sometimes inevitable in some job situations, but can be reduced to the barest minimum. Such reduction, however, depends on the level of preparedness and management of the emergency when it occurs. Experts are optimistic that occupational safety and health can be achieved through collective efforts. Clement Baruki reports.
Emergencies, be it at workplace, home, or on the roads, most times do not give any sign, but with adequate preparations, its impact can be mitigated. At the workplace, emerging risks may be caused by technical innovations, new technologies and production processes, new working conditions, and emerging forms of employment. The outbreak of COVID-19 has also added to the list of occupational risks. Experts believe more investment in resilient occupational safety and health system is key to reducing accidents and diseases at workplace.
Most people, most of the time when things happen, they blame other people for whatever incidents. But we have to start from ourselves. Safety should begin from everyone. From the person selling in the market, to the one in the office, on the road, we should be safety conscious. Most of the collapsed buildings, we've had incidences of collapsed buildings in our state and in the nation because the safety measures were not taken in place. What of road accidents? A lot have claimed lives because we are not safety conscious. We don't even look at the kind of vehicle we are using. Are the tires okay? Are the brakes okay? And every other item in the vehicle. What of flood, as you have told us? Most of the time, we don't care how we take care of our refuse. I will feel that the gutters are meant for refuse, whereas refuse are supposed to be kept at designated places and then they will be evacuated and then disposed and treated as the case may be. But most people dump refuses at their gutters, and by the time the water comes and does not have any way to pass through, the water accumulates and then floods the whole street, floods houses.
Another area of concern that should be taken seriously is emergency preparedness and management by industry players.
We are not prepared for emergency situations. But the Institute for Health, Safety, Security and Environment Studies has come to teach people to have this emergency preparedness culture to be able to respond to crisis. That's why we are here. And that's why the Institute was established. Our interest would be to train emergency responders, train people with safety culture that should be able to know how to prepare, respond to crisis.
No, but we must also realize that there is nothing that can be considered to be adequate until we get to that point of ensuring that no life is lost and no property are wasted should there be emergency. And that is why this year's theme become very important. Looking at the level of preparedness in all agencies, there's still much that needs to be done, particularly in the area of education. The general public are yet to come to the level of understanding that should there be emergency, this is what I'm supposed to do, this is what I'm supposed to do. And that is why, when you come to an accident scene or emergency scene, you see a situation where instead of people giving way to emergency responders, you see them gathering, you see them mopping, and you see them being spectators rather than being active participants in what is going on. Now that is a big problem. Now, we have had cases where people are lost, lives are lost, not because they cannot be rescued, but because the respondents have no access to evacuate such victims from that location to another the point of assistance.
Safety, they say, is everyone's business. Organizers are reminding us to anticipate, prepare, and respond to emergencies whenever they occur.
I quite agree with you, Clement. Safety in workplace or at home should be the responsibility of all. Many thanks. That concludes the Correspondents this week. Thanks a lot for watching and see you again next week, same time. Don't forget to follow our Twitter handle at FUOLUA_NTA, hashtag NTA Correspondents. You can use the hashtag NTA Correspondents whenever you make a comment or ask a question. And a quick reminder that COVID-19 is still around us. Continue to abide by the government's regulations and safety protocols. And more importantly, get vaccinated. Take responsibility and stay safe. See you again next week.